What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here, and we're back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle. Alright, so we're within 3 days, give or take, of probably the best unit in all of Dokkan, JP and Global together, releasing finally on the global side. That unit, I mean, we all know who it is. It's Beast Gohan. But that unit is easily still the #1 unit in the game, by far, like, no question. Even though some of the other units, like the new Jiren that drop, can do more damage, but he is easily the best unit in the game overall. But we're probably within 24 to 72 hours of it dropping. I'm hearing and seeing and looking at all the details that this is looking like this might be a 25th at 2 a.m., so like tomorrow night my time. So, because it is, as you can see, 7:33 for me right here. On Tuesday, it's looking like it's going to be early Thursday morning at 2:30 a.m., but we'll know either tonight or tomorrow when we get a data download. I may not be live the moment the banner drops because I may be at work, but once the banners do go live, I will be taking the time to come home and record. I'm leaving work to come home, record, and play with Beast Gohan. That sounded really dirty and weird. Not what I meant. But I'll be taking the time off to summon for Beast Gohan and try to get him. So, let's jump into this banner. This banner, as a nutshell, is perfect. Like, I have so many units on this banner I can use personally. So this banner, for me, is the better of the two. We have Beast Gohans, and then we have the Gamma 1 and 2. This banner is kind of mid. His EZA is good. He can kind of still be used pretty well. She's fantastic. He I don't know. The newer meta kind of kicks him around a little bit. Same with this Kai Goku. He kind of gets kicked around a little bit, but he's not terrible. And Future Gohan still smokes, still slaps. And then the Gammas themselves. But we're going to jump back over to the Beast really quick, and let's start with his banner. We have new Power Beyond Ultimate. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units off the Beast Gohan banner, which, speaking of, looking at this banner, I can use him, clearly, because I don't have him yet. I can use them because I don't have them yet. 69%, 69%, 90, 90, 100, 100, 100, and 90. So I could use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these 10 units on this banner. So I'm probably going to go full on this banner to begin with, versus summoning on the Carnival banner right away. I might save that. If anything, I'll throw the tons of thanks tickets, and this might be the only banner that gets my stones, to be honest, and maybe some ticket packs. But we have new Power Beyond Ultimate, Beast Gohan. He is a superhero's bond of master and disciple, or miraculous awakening category, key 3, 170. Plus additional HP attack and defense of 30% for characters who also belong to the Entrusted Will or Movie Heroes category. His super attack is Vicious Demon Flash, which that's his 12th key, which greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage. There's Devastating Lightning Wave, which greatly raises attack and raises defense for 4 turns. That's his 18 key. The greatly raising attack actually stacks infinitely. So, mind you, that's his Ultra. And then he's got a unit super attack. I don't know why I said unit, so weird, but unit super attack called Master and Disciple Special Beam Cannon, which is what you see here. Greatly raises attack, again, so stacks it for 50%, and raises defense for 4 turns. Mind you, the Ultra super attack as well raises the defense for 4 turns. So if you can launch this, and then this, you're kind of pretty good. Causes mega colossal damage to enemy and raises all allies' chance of forming a crit by 20% for 1 turn. Disables enemy's action at once within the turn. So he's got the guaranteed disable of the enemy's action, but can only be activated when there's a Piccolo in the same rotation. Orange Piccolo. Honestly, that's the one you're probably ever going to run is going to be Orange Piccolo on this team. And you have to pretty much want to run them side by side. It's sad enough to say, but you pretty much want to get their maximum buff out of it. But passive skill, Fearsome Beast Awoken. Activates entrance animation upon entry. I have that turned off on JP, so I didn't even know he had one. Key +8, chance of forming a crit +40%, reduces damage received by 40% for 5 turns from the character entry's turn. I did not know he had damage reduction. I have him on JP. I use him all the time because he's just so good, but I never really dove into what he is because I was kind of trying to wait till he came to Global. Key +3, 250 to attack and defense, and guards all attacks. That makes sense. Plus additional attack of defense, attack of 50% when attacking. Chance of performing a critical hit plus 20% when ki is 24, plus additional attack, or defense, I'm sorry, of 80% and reduces damage received by 20% if ki is 24 and receiving an attack. So he goes up to 60% damage reduction for the first 5 turns, plus guard, and gets extra defense. If you have 24 ki plus 1 per ki sphere obtained, so to get it easy. Launches additional super, and all has ki plus 3, self-excluded within the same turn after receiving an attack. So he gets guaranteed double supers. So he's your slot 1 tank. He is legitimately going to be your slot 1, does not matter. He's always going to be slot 1. Alright, ki plus 1 up to 5 within the same turn. Attack and chance for critical hit, plus 20% with each attack received. So if you have received 5 hits in 1 turn in slot 1, he's guaranteed to get a crit. That's nuts. Plus additional chance for a critical hit plus 20% and an additional damage reduction of 20% with allies ki 2 starting from the turn which character performs a 5th attack in battle or receives the 8th attack in battle. So if you take 8 hits within your first 3 turns, you have, in essence, with 24 ki, you have 40% damage reduction here, plus additional 20 here, so that's 60, plus additional 20 here, puts you at 80% damage reduction within the first 5 turns if you take 5 hits. Or, I'm sorry, 8 hits, which is not hard with Gohan at all. And then there's Gohan's Confidence, ki plus 24, defense plus 158, character intercepts all enemies' attacks and performs a critical hit for 1 turn. Can be activated upon entering the next attacking turn. So he literally just needs to get hit once and then he can activate his active skill. Link skills, this is where he's really, really nice. He has All in the Family, which is a defensive link, which is fantastic. Saiyan Warrior Race, Infighter, Shocking Speed, again, a little bit of defense. Prepare for Battle, again, more defense. Legendary Power, and Fierce Battle, which are all really, really good links. He fits on a lot of categories, and his just stats at 100% are absolutely nuts. Like, you don't even, like, this man just hits ridiculous attack stats, just being at 100%. I don't even know. I'm just excited. He may be one unit I honestly try to go for, like, a 90 to 100% on right here, because we're sitting at 710 stones, and I'm thinking he's going to be getting every single one of those, plus whatever else I grab stone-wise. Most likely going to be going for him all out. At the Gammas, may get my Tons of Thanks tickets, or maybe grab a ticket pack or 2 and throw it at them and see if I get them, because they're not the prime one for me. Then there is their secondary banner unit, I'm sorry. Krillin and Android 18. Join forces of Battle of Wit, ki plus 3, 130. Husband and wife combo, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes supreme damage and lowers enemies' attack and defense. Ki plus 2, attack and defense of 180, medium chance of evading, so yeah, I think that's 30% chance to dodge. Yes, 30% chance to dodge, and crit, chance of performing critical hit, and chance of evading enemy's attack, including super attack, plus 30%, and superheroes category allies, ki plus 1, there's no superheroes category ally attacking the same turn. Alright, so what I'm understanding is they have a 30% chance to dodge normally, plus this when there's a superhero, so pretty much all you're going to run them on is superheroes. So they get an additional 30. All allies get ki plus 1 that are superhero, plus an additional attack and defense of 30% with each attacker evaded up to 90, plus an additional attack and defense of 180 within the same turn before receiving an attack, so you'll want to run them in slot 2 or 3. And then superheroes category allies get attack and defense plus... Oh, attack and defense plus 50% for 2 turns. I read that wrong. If HP is 50% or more at start of turn. So, I'm wondering if... No, that's actually pretty good. They're actually a really solid unit. I didn't get these guys on JP, so I don't know anything about them. But they look pretty solid as a unit, honestly. And they could probably fit in on a superheroes team really well. So, like I said, there's a lot of units on this banner. I'm not going to delve into the older ones that are already out. I'm just going to show you some of the ones that are really valuable that are on this banner. This Vegito is still really good. He's not bad at all. He's not as bad as a lot of people say he is. They're pretty good. These guys still are pretty nice, and the sad part is they're going to be getting an easy A. No, not these ones. I'm thinking of a different banner. But these guys are getting an easy A in about 2.5 years, so they're still pretty good. They fit on a lot of teams, especially when you transform to Super Saiyan Vegeta. I think he's really good. These two are getting easy A's. Now, these two I may delve into just a little bit, just because of the fact that they're getting easy A's. So these two are getting easy A's at some point, probably part 3, that makes them absolutely monstrous on the superheroes team, and they do in fact fit on superheroes. So, make sure, my dog is barking, if you happen to get any copies of these two, you save them. if they're extras, because you can use them as super attack fodder for these two, because they both get easy A's and they're monsters. Post easy A, the Vegeta especially, because he gets 50% damage reduction, plus an additional 10% up to 30% with each attack received or evaded. Plus he raises his defense on his supers, on 2 of them, and he has a really good chance to super as well. So, I mean, this man's pretty solid. Guards all attacks within the character's turn after the character's revival skill is activated. So he's pretty solid defensively, and this man just increases the dodge limit like through the roof pretty much. So he gets guaranteed dodge on his first turn, and then he gets 77% right there. I'm not going to read into his all of it because he's got a lot, and he gets a guaranteed dodge when his active skills or revival skills activated. But they're legitimately probably the 2 best units in the game, easy A wise, post easy A. I haven't seen Jiren yet, the Tech Jiren, but I think these 2 are easily up there, 1 and 2. Alright, so now the Legendary Summon Carnival. This banner. Okay, this banner is absolutely not worth it for me, for most people at all, because these 3 kind of can't do anything. These 2 can't do new content. These 2 can maybe if you stack items on it, but she can, he can, and I'm not sure about these guys. But let's jump into the Gammas. So the Gammas have Gamma 1, Gamma 2, Standby Mode, and then Gamma 1 again. So they are superheroes. Key 3, 200%. Raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Causes colossal damage to enemy. And then on their 18 key, it's greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Causes mega colossal damage to enemy. Key 3, 125 at start of turn. Plus additional Key 3, 125. HP is 30% or more. Superheroes join forces or Defenders of Justice at category allies. Key 3, attack and defense of 50%. So they're a really good support unit for superheroes. Chance to perform a crit plus 30%, launch an additional super attack, up to 2 super attacks within the turn per int key sphere obtained. Okay. Chance to perform a critical hit plus 12 and launch an additional super attack. There's a great chance, or additional attack, I'm sorry, great chance of becoming super attack, up to 2 additional attacks per the AGL or STR. Plus additional surface they're attacking about. So realistically, you want to give them int key spheres. So you want to give them 3 int key spheres every turn if you can. They're going to launch 1 super here and then 2 or 3 of these, probably 2, which is then going to pop this. So they'll get 30% damage reduction on top of their defense they have, plus this additional attack and defense. So they fit on, like I said, they fit on some pretty decent categories. Main one's going to be movie heroes and superheroes. Where is it? Where is it? There it is, superheroes. Since they're an int type unit, they'll get the 5,000 stats across the board, which makes them pretty good overall. They've got 15,000 defense, which is, I think, slightly higher than the Gohan. It is, just slightly. But their links, again, they're probably only going to really link with the Gammas. It's going to kind of suck a little bit because the Gammas kind of aren't in meta anymore. But the standby mode, this is what makes it a little better. Stands by for 4 turns, during which the count ally increases by per attack performed by ally. Can be activated after when HP is 40% or less, or after performing 3 or more attacks in battle. So boom, standby mode. Key plus 6, attack and defense of 250%. Reduces damage by 50%, plus additional attack and defense of 50% when attacking. These are the super attacks. They change. Actually, they do change. Let me read those really quickly. Heroic Assault, raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Super Gamma Blaster, which is what Gamma 1's, greatly raises attack defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage, and raises superclass enemies' allies' defense by 50%. So you'd want to run them slot 1. Reduces damage received by 50%, like I said, plus additional attack and defense of 50% when attacking. Superheroes, same thing, the support of key 3, 50% to stats. Chance of forming a crit and launching an additional super attack, up to 2 super attacks, again with the int key sphere, so you really want to get the int key spheres here. Give them 3 again to get the double super off, triple super off, and they have that built-in dodge because it's int. And again, same thing as prior with the AGL or STR, they get the chance of getting the super attacks. So Gamma 1, once the standby has officially completed, the super attacks remain the same. The only thing that changes is it goes from 1 turn to 2 turns on the defensive raise by 50%. The passive becomes key 3, attack defense of 150%, reduces damage received by 15%, plus additional key plus 3, attack and defense of 150, and an additional damage reduction of 15% when HP is 30% or more, so you get 30% damage reduction versus the 50. Same additional key, or additional attack defense of 50% when attacking, same thing as from the previous standby phase. Again, the superheroes, join forces, defenders, justice, support carries over. Launches an additional super attack when attacking. Again, that's different. So they get guaranteed 2 supers every turn. Changes AGL to in key spheres, chance to perform a crit plus 20 up to 100%. Reduces damage received by 10 up to 50 with each int or STR key sphere obtained. So you pretty much want to grab int or SDR, and you could theoretically be at 80% damage reduction if you give him 5 key spheres, whether it's int or STR. So you can have 80% damage reduction and then guaranteed 2 supers, which is actually really, really good. So these guys are not as bad as I thought they were. They're not the better one of the two. The Beast Gohan is clearly the better option. This guy, excuse me, my voice just like died. This guy's pretty good. He's easily one of the better units on this banner, and then so is she. Everybody knows what these two do. But the Gammas are my number 2. I'm going for these guys second. The Gohan is number 1. But this is definitely a must summon. I know a lot of you have been talking about, not you specifically, people, like just a lot of people have been talking about saving for the 10th anniversary or waiting for worldwide download or waiting for Tanabata, because that's when Beast Gohan comes back. That's when Broly comes back. I get it. That's when they come back. But there's a lot of difficult content that's coming out between now and then that you might not get to get them before that happens, and you might need them. We don't know what worldwide download's gonna bring. It could bring more difficult content that even Beast Gohan may struggle with a bit. We don't know that, but it may. Because the Tanabata we're not going to see till November-ish on the global side, if we see it then. Maybe we'll see it sooner, I doubt it. Because we got the sync coming in August. But we need to preference and prioritize getting everybody this Beast Gohan. So this is a definite summon, summon, summon. But thank you guys for watching. My voice is completely going nuts, and I will see you guys next time.